is an ajib and unique way, and this allows a person to get near to Allah. And it's not something that we can achieve, it's Allah Ta'ala's control. And Allah Ta'ala gives this. And that's the path of problems, difficulties, calamities, illness, and you can say negative circumstances. Now, outwardly, all of these things for an insan are very, you can say, troublesome for a person. And obviously, nobody likes to have issues and problems and worries. Rather, suddenly when a person thinks about such examples, then the mind thinks that, oh, I don't know what sin have I committed, that the problems have come on me, Allah's adab is on me, Allah is unhappy with me, Allah is not pleased with me. And this comes in our hearts and in our minds when we have problems. Yes, it's true, this could be a reason, this could be a reason. But collectively or overall, generally speaking, if we see that good muttaqis, pious, upright people who are close to Allah, they also have difficulties, they also have calamities, they also have problems, they also have sorrows, ups and downs. What we realize is that in reality, this muamala is based on, this situation of negative experiences is based on Allah Ta'ala's hikmah, Allah's wisdom. If somebody gets problems, and if he thinks that, yes, it's due to my deeds, it could be deserved due, he's done bad actions, sins, immoral actions, disobedience to Allah, and problems come to him. But it could also come to a person who is muttaqi, abid, worshipper, pious person, can have problems. So in both examples, the specific condition of problems for both is a rahmah of Allah. Say subhanallah, subhanallah, of being caught out. And if a good person, an upright person, if he has difficulties, somebody prays salah, who's a muttaqi, fearful of Allah, who follows the deen or is trying to follow the deen, then straight away shaitan instills, whispers into his heart. That's it. That you are pious, you are good, and now problems have come to you, difficulties have come to you. What's the benefit? How did this occur? Why has it happened? And dirty thoughts or bad thoughts or negative thoughts or unhelpful thoughts are generated by shaitan. And then he gets weak in his salah, in his ibadat, in his worship, to this extent that many people, they have waswasa and whispering and bad thoughts in their ears, in their hearts, in their minds. Now, as I was saying, that who creates all circumstances? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah. And this is up to Allah. If Allah has given the difficulty, then think, why did Allah give this to me? What's the reason? Then we can understand the reason. That Allah Ta'ala, whether He gives happiness or distress, the objective is, come to me. Allah Ta'ala says, become mine. Become mine, come qareeb to me, come close to me. Because these are owned by you. But after giving these possessions, Allah Ta'ala says, do you want to do business with me? Should we do a transaction? Allah says, I want to buy something from you. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. So first Allah gives ownership, it's become ours. Allah says, do you want to sell this? Do you want to sell this child to me? Subhanallah. Do you want to assign this child to me? Youth, beautiful. Do you want to do some business? Should we do a deal? Allah Ta'ala says, isn't it Allah's? It's not ours. What power do we have? But it's become our ownership. Allah Ta'ala is doing a deal with us. Say Subhanallah, Subhanallah. And we, I'm finished and this has happened. No, Allah Ta'ala is doing transactions with us. The shop is running nice. Allah says, the shop's running well. Then Allah says, do you want to do a transaction with me on this shop? Give this shop to me. And you come down to the ground and become a person who's owes people debts. And then we get scared. No, this will become different for me. How will I'll be hungry, thirsty, I'll have loss. How can I give this shop to Allah? But those who give away to Allah, Allah says, it's gone. Allah, yes, will do the transaction with you. So when that person does a transaction with Allah, then Allah says, okay, you've done business with me. So what I'll do now, the profit of my business, I'll give you so much that you cannot imagine. I'll give you so much. Because you are doing a transaction with Allah. So the tajir, the businessman, his situation is what? That buy cheap and sell it for more. So this is what we should want to do. Okay, this is a good transaction. Allah Ta'ala is making this deal with me. That the people who are the walis of Allah, they understand that, this is a transaction that Allah Ta'ala is doing a deal with me. That my child is not passing away. This is a deal with Allah. That if a child hasn't died, he's transferred to the hereafter. He had to go tomorrow or some years after. I'm giving an example that we think it's a loss, it's a tragedy, we've lost something. But Allah Ta'ala says that you've done a deal with me. Not a deal, but a transaction with me. some business here. So if we understand, the very valuable reward and return, we'll get a massive return, that we'll get progression in levels, spiritual levels, darajat, in marifat, in nearness to Allah, and love of Allah. Allah gives so much. The more beloved an item is to us in this world, and Allah Ta'ala takes it from us, then the higher levels we get. Just a few days ago, the veils will be removed. Allah Ta'ala says that here, it's just a few days and you'll get the reward. Allah, if you're taking everything from me, it would have been better. Why did you leave things for me to enjoy the world? I've got so much reward. Those same children, offspring, insan, they will be stood in front of him that, here, take this reward in hereafter. This was the sacrifice that was given in the world, and this is the reward that you get. So what do we do when we have a loss, difficulties, problems, crying, lamenting, shrieking, and jumping up and down, running left and right? Oh, I'm lost now, I've lost out, and I haven't got anything to my name. This is not transaction with Allah. So there are two positions. Either we do proper business with Allah when things are happening, calamities, accidents, tests with the wife, wife's got problems, children, issues, and worries, and many concerns, problems at home, family, outside, business. When this happens, when a person gets to this position, then he should say that, how do I make this a transaction that can be beneficial for me as a transaction for the hereafter? That if I wasted crying, beating my chest, taking revenge, happened to him, he did wrong, he shouldn't have done this, it was for this reason, this went, and if we try to make everything systematic, we'll waste our time. So what should we do? I'll tell you the tarkeeb, the method, that when we're in loss and we've got problems, whenever difficulties come, then how can the difficulties become a bargain transaction for us for the hereafter? Yes, even, remember this, even if a person is disobedient, he's a sinner, even he has problems. Even he has difficulties. Allah Ta'ala will do a deal with that person as well on this basis, and for that person as well is a big karam, big mercy. So what should a person do when many problems confront us, difficulties confront us? How do we make this a transaction to benefit us in the hereafter? Allah said in the Quran, Ista'inu bis sabri was salah. Say Subhanallah. This is the Quran prescribing to us. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ista'inu bis-sabri was-salah. Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin. Allahu Akbar. What a great point here. Allah says, whenever difficulties befall you, come to you, surround you, I'm doing a transaction with you, O foolish person, consider this is a transaction. Don't fear. Don't wilt. Don't shake. Don't judder. Be ready. Be ready, be prepared. How will you understand this as a ni'mah of you? What will happen to you? Shaitan will whisper to you in your ears, make you a rebel. How will you be successful? For this Allah Ta'ala says, do one action, do two actions. Number one, Ista'inu, request help. Request help. From what? From sabr, through sabr, via sabr. Ista'inu. Take hold of sabr. Yes? What is this? The first point. And when you exercise sabr, and you've demonstrated sabr on your problems, calamities, issues and worries that are given to Allah says, and you've grabbed hold of sabr, Inna Allaha ma'as sabirin, Allah says. Ma'as sabirin. Allah says, big reward when you come to this level, station. Then the things I've taken away from you, your worldly things, the reward I will give you in return.